Well, hello guys, it's Amazing Lego 123 here, and as you can see, this is the entire collection of the Lego The Simpsons minifigure series. As you can see, I have all 16 of these here lined up, and I'm going to be taking a close look at them, closer than what I did in each of the unpacking videos, where I basically open these packs on camera. And if you haven't seen these in stores, that is the bag you are looking for. Every minifigure comes in the same bag, so you don't know what you are getting unless you do feel them, which I did, and I managed to get all 16 without any duplicates, so I'm kind of happy about that. And then there's the back of the bag you are looking for, and if you are trying to get the whole collection, then by the end of it you will have at least 16 of these. And then inside it, as well as the minifigure, you also get this leaflet here. There you can see Homer, Bart, Marge and Lisa, Maggie, Grandpa, Ned and Krusty, Milhouse, Ralph, Apu and Nelson, Itchy, Scratchy, Chief Wiggum and Mr. Burns. And then there's the back. You got all the stuff they come with, which each figure comes with. But without further ado, let's get these figures on this new design I have made, which we will be taking a look at the figures on, and hope it works well. Okay, and first up here at number 1 we have Homer Simpson. As you can see down there, we've got his donut and the remote control there. They are what the accessories he comes with, and there you can see his nice torso and leg, the torso detailing. He does have the molded arms for the sleeves on his shirt, and then of course that face does look pretty accurate to Homer Simpson. You can see there on the top, you've even got some of his hair that is slightly raised. You can't really see that on camera. He doesn't have anything on the back. As you can see on the back of his head, he's got the spiky kind of hair design going all the way through, and there you can see he's even got his ears added on, and the nose there. And then he's got the mouth, which is printed on, and overall a pretty great figure. Definitely like the donut design and the remote control. They definitely look accurate, and they are some of the classic things you would see Homer Simpson with there. And then there's just another all-round look there at Homer Simpson. And next here we have Bart Simpson, who is Homer's son. As you can see there, he does have the skateboard there, and that skateboard is printed. It isn't a sticker there. It's kind of easier to show from that angle. And then you've got the purple wheels on it there. And Bart, of course, can hold this, because you kind of can see from how it can clip into that clip there. You can see Bart does have molded sleeves and shorts in the short legs. The nice wide-eyed expression for Bart. And no torso detailing on the front, but he does have some back detailing there with his little slingshot, and that is also printing in the back there of his leg. So that is the only part that's actually printed on the short legs. Everything else is just molded plastic. And then from the top there you can see the Bart Simpson spikes hairstyle, and the skateboard did come off there. And you can also stand Bart on his skateboard, which is kind of the idea of why you get the skateboard there. And then there is your Bart Simpson. Actually no, he just fell on the floor. He doesn't want to be showcased. But there is your Bart Simpson minifigure. And next we have Marge, and as you can see down there, she does come with a Donut Fancy magazine and her little purse, which she can carry. You do see there she has got the skirt piece added on, and the torso detailing definitely looks accurate to Marge, as well as the headpiece. That is pretty accurate, and that's not even all in the frame. There is more of it. As you can see there, it is that big that it didn't even fit all in the frame. There you can see the back with her skirt and more of the back detailing. That is pretty much yeah, the back detailing is actually the same as the torso detailing to the front. Just notice that. There isn't any molded sleeves or print on the arms or anything, but I'll just take this headpiece off for you so you can kind of see the whole thing a bit better there. torso. See, it's kind of got the nice detail for Marge, and then she's got the wide-eyed expression. And there isn't any detail to the legs, if you want to see that. There isn't any. It's just plain like that. And then now I'm going to struggle to kind of get that skirt piece back on. But yeah, no leg detailing to Marge, just detail to the torso. But it's still nice that we actually get a skirt piece rather than it being printed. I definitely prefer it being a one of the actual skirt pieces that you put on rather than being printed on. So that's Marge Simpson, of course, with the Donut Fancy magazine and her purse. And next up we have Lisa Simpson there. You can see she does come with the saxophone there, which she can hold. And it is the same piece that was in the Series 11 person with the saxophone, only it is in different, and it doesn't look as shiny because I do have that. And the old one, the one from Series 11, looks a lot more shiny, and it has got a black detail to it. You can see her torso detailing there, and then the back detailing, just like Marge, actually is exactly the same as the front torso detailing. So no print or mold to the arms. You can kind of see there her spiky hair look, and she also comes with a skirt piece and the molded legs, which they are the same as Millhouse's. So I won't take the skirt piece off for Lisa. I'll just show it you on Millhouse because it is exactly the same colour and everything. And she also has the wide-eyed expression. That's about it for Lisa Simpson. And of course, no Simpsons family is complete without the baby Maggie there. You can even see she's got a teddy bear, Bobo. There isn't anything on the back of Bobo, so I'm not going to show you that. But you can see it's got some pretty nice detail to the front of Bobo there. And then we'll just take a closer look at Maggie there. There you can see she has kind of got her puppy eyes or sad eyes or something look to her, with of course the spiky hair, and Bobo's arm is actually stopping me from turning this, so I'll just take Bobo off there. And you can see Maggie's torso piece is one piece. She doesn't have any legs or anything, it is just those two pieces there. And yeah, that's pretty much it for Maggie. No torso or back detailing, but it's still nice to get that new torso piece. And very nice detail to the head with the dummy in there and the bow in the hair. Of course, she's always sucking on that in her mouth. But that's about it for Maggie Simpson. And finishing off the actual Simpsons family, here we have Grandpa Simpson. You can see there his Springfield Shopper newspaper, Old Man Yells at Cloud, and it's got Grandpa on there yelling at a cloud basically. And you can see that is a very nice detailed piece, but we'll just put it back on there for the time being. As you can see, he does have a flesh coloured torso with a bit of detail to the front. Definitely like the detail they added to the head of Grandpa with his little glasses there, and then the kind of sleepy-eyed look, which is most common in Grandpa. You don't really see him wide-eyed, unlike most of the others. He's more of the this is more of the common look rather than wide-eyed. You can see he has some fairly big ears, and he's also even got detail right on the bottom of the neck on the side, and you can see the glasses again. More detail to the back with some of his wrinkles. No back detailing on the torso and no leg detailing whatsoever, so pretty simple minifigure, but it's still pretty classic and the best look for Grandpa. And there you can even see the hair on the top there, which he doesn't have much hair. It's more of like a older version of Bart's hairstyle, probably what Bart's hairstyle will look like when he's Grandpa's age. So that's about it for Grandpa Simpson, and now let's get into more depth on the actual collection and off the Simpsons family now. And of course, the first one we will look at after the actual Simpsons family will be, of course, the neighbour Ned Flanders. As you can see there, he's got his I Love South Paws mug. You kind of got to make sure you put that in his left hand there, because it is from the episode of with the Leftorium. And it's just a plain mug with that print on. And then you can even see the toolbox here has got a Property of Ned Flanders print on it. And that's the toolbox, which is a very nice design. And then there is Ned Flanders himself. Not much detail to the torso, but I do like the head detail. They did capture Ned Flanders very well, actually. Definitely like the look of Ned there. They definitely captured him well there. And nothing on the back, but definitely the headpiece is a nice piece for Ned Flanders. And yeah, they definitely captured the look of him. But now let's move on to Krusty the Clown. And here he is with his pie in his hand, and I had to put the pie in his hand because there is kind of no way of getting it on those hooks there. As you can see, it is the same pie that was used in the Series 5 minifigures, only a different colour to the top of it. And there you can see Krusty's detail to the torso, and he does also have the moulded sleeves, like with some of the other figures in this series. Plain green legs, no back detailing, but it definitely captured Krusty's head with the hair and all that, like the clown look with all the like makeup he wears, which is why you can kind of see a regular Simpsons flesh tone to the arm with the plain yellow, and his actual head does look kind of pale. And he's got the red nose there, and he is grinning because he is of course a clown. And you can see the hair there, that is kind of similar to, it's a similar design to Marge's hair. Well, when I say design, I mean kind of like how with the bumps of the dots. But yeah, that is Krusty the Clown. And next we go and move into some of the kids of Springfield, starting with Milhouse. And here he is, Milhouse Van Houten. You can see there he does have the Biclops comic, which was from the episode called The Worst Episode Ever, where he just orders tons of these in, but no one actually buys them, so they're just stuck with all these Biclops comics. And that is on that tile piece there. Milhouse was also seen in the Lego movie, if you have seen it. And there you can see the legs are the same as Lisa Simpson's, with the moulded shorts in there, and same on the arms, they are moulded. But he doesn't have any torso or back detailing whatsoever. But as you can see on the head there, that definitely looks pretty accurate to Milhouse. So again, a pretty impressive minifigure, as is the whole series really. I'm definitely impressed with all these figures. And of course Milhouse, again, he has his classic big nose and the red glasses there, which they're usually always getting broken or knocked off his head. And of course he has the blue eyebrows. And next we have the little guy, Ralph Wiggum. And here he is, Ralph Wiggum. He does also come with the I Choo Choo Choose You Happy Valentine's card, which Lisa gave to him in one episode where they were getting a Valentine's card, and Ralph didn't have any. And then she gave him one just so that he wouldn't be like the odd one out. And then he all of a sudden thought Lisa loved him and everything, and it's a pretty good episode actually. And there you can see he's got the short kind of orangey brown legs there, with no detail to those. There's no moulding, plastic moulding in this, because he doesn't really wear shorts or t-shirts. Pretty simple torso detailing with like his belt and stuff. And then there you can kind of see on the top there his hair. And he has got the wide eyes, which Ralph is pretty renowned for. And Ralph Wiggum does have some pretty funny lines in The Simpsons. And the actual headpiece is a really kind of small piece, I would say. You can see there. And then there you can see he's got like his smile there. And then the hair goes all the way around the side, like so. So that is Ralph Wiggum. And next we have Apu. And here he is, Apu Nahasa Pima Petalon, as that's like the best I can pronounce his last name because it is really long. And again, just like Krusty, there was really no way of getting the squishy on those hooks there. So I just put it in his hand. There you can see it is the same piece as Larry from the Lego movie with his coffee. And it's just got a squishy print on there, and it is in green. So that's a very nice piece, nice to get it with Apu. And there you can see no leg detailing, but very, very nice torso detailing. That looks accurate to Apu. No back detailing, but the headpiece definitely looks accurate. And there you can see on the top the whole hair there. and then from the side, and from that side. So Apu is another great minifigure, but not my favourite, but he's still very nice to get, as are all of them, especially if you are a fan of the actual Simpsons show. So yeah, that's Apu, and next we have the bully Nelson Muntz. And here he is, the guy with the ha-ha catchphrase, which if you've ever seen The Simpsons, and you should definitely know who Nelson is, because he's a pretty funny character with his ha-ha jokes and everything. And he does come with the baseball bat here. And in the very first episode he was seen in, I think, it was Bart the General, where he was literally a bully, where Bart accidentally gave him a nosebleed and he kept beating him up, and then Bart just leads his massive army and they water bomb him and everything, and then he gets tied up and taken to the Simpsons' house, and they Bart and him eat cupcakes and everything, and then they decide to get along with each other, and then it kind of works out the rest of the way. Nelson usually always bullies people like Milhouse and Ralph most of the time. You can see the moulded legs and a moulded t-shirt sleeves, and the little fringe for Nelson there, and the hair all the way around, and you can see he's even got those two teeth there. And the torso detailing is pretty simple, but nothing on the back, because Nelson does usually always wear a little jacket. But that's about it for Nelson, and of course the baseball bat. So next up we have the first of the cartoon duo, and that is Itchy from the Itchy and Scratchy show. Obviously Itchy is the little mouse who's always beating Scratchy up. Of course, it is kind of the Simpsons take of Tom and Jerry. Scratchy is kind of Itchy is a lot better at beating up cats than Scratchy is at catching mice. So the Itchy and Scratchy show is pretty funny, and sometimes it gets its own episode where there's like a whole highlight around it. He does have the club from series 1, and also it was in series 5 there to beat Scratchy up with. You can see he's got plain blue legs, and he also has some pretty nice torso detailing, nothing to the back, but he does have moulded sleeves, and that really nice headpiece there. You can even see that on the top there. He's got his little nose and the two teeth at the front. So now let's take a look at the cat he's always beating up, which is Scratchy. Scratchy the cat. He's always getting beaten up. There you can see he's got his little hatchet kind of axe to try and beat Itchy up with, but Itchy will probably just knock him with the club, take the axe and chop him up, which is usually Itchy's always either chopping him up, pulling his tongue and doing something with it, or all crazy stuff to like blow him up, cut him up and everything. And that is a very nice print on there. But here is Scratchy. Not much torso detailing because he doesn't need any, because he is just a plain old little cat, well, cartoon cat. You can see he's got the tail there, and the headpiece on this one, just like Scratchy and Itchy and Mr. Burns, is fairly rubbery. You can see his yellow eyes there and the pink nose. He does have his tongue sticking out, which I think that's a nice effect. And then the tail, you can have it that way, or you can take it off, flip it upside down, and have it like that. Or you can just, when you're playing with Itchy and Scratchy, if you do get Itchy and Scratchy, you can chop his tail off and then he won't have a tail altogether. But now it's time to get on with the last two of the series, starting with Chief Wiggum. And here he is, Chief Wiggum, the police chief who doesn't really like to be a... He kind of tries to do his job without doing his job, most of the time scoffing donuts or doing other sorts of crazy stuff. Like there was one Halloween special where Marge phones the police and she's like, says something and then she says over, which is kind of classic, and then he's just like, well, I can't see how that's over. Oh. And then he just gets back to sleeping, or he does whatever. But he's kind of a funny police officer because he doesn't really do his job properly, but he's still a nice. And you can see he's kind of got the pig nose, which is why he is nicknamed Chief Pigum. He does also come with the baton, which is a recolor of the brown one that came in the Series 11 police officer. And he does have his little sound thing with some orange detail to it, which that is pretty nice. And you can see pretty basic leg detailing and torso detailing. You could really use the torso and legs as a regular police officer. It's mainly the head that makes him Chief Wiggum. And you can't take the hat off, unfortunately, but he does have print to the arms, no print to the back of him. And then there is the top of the hat. So the headpiece is really the piece that is going to be easy to feel. You can see some of his blue hair there and his little flab coming off the back of his neck, because he is kind of a chubby police officer as well, which they don't really show that in the printing, unlike, say, with... I actually cannot find him. I put him down somewhere. Oh, there he is. Unlike with Homer, where you can see that little line there to show his kind of oversized. You can't really see that with Chief Wiggum. And of course he's got the little red clip on the tie, which that's just a minor detail, but it still definitely makes him look more accurate to the show with the and with the hat there. So now let's get on to the final minifigure, which I'm pretty sure you will know who it is, because it's the only one we haven't seen, and that is Montgomery Burns, or Mr. Burns as they call him. He does come with the carbon rod here, or in a Halloween special, they get this out of Homer's toolbox, put it in the remote control, and Lisa calls it a plutonium rod, so you could call it either. But it is classic from the Simpsons credits, and just nice to get with Mr. Burns. He does also have his three-eyed fish there. I did actually forget the name on that, but it is on a regular translucent minifigure head, which I think is nice. So Mr. Burns is the only minifigure to actually have a official minifigure head, but you can see the three-eyed fish printed on there. And then Mr. Burns, no leg detailing. He's got some pretty basic torso detailing with his like green suit, and no back detailing, but you can see Mr. Burns' head is really definitely accurate to the show, with his moles there, and the very little hair on the back, and his teeth there. And you will know that if you've seen the end of the last episode in Season 6 and the first episode in Season 7, you'll know he's kind of scared of Maggie, because she's the one who shot him when he was trying to take a lollipop off her. He accidentally dropped his gun dropped out of his pocket, landed in Maggie's hands, and she accidentally pulled the trigger and shot Mr. Burns. So if you haven't seen that, I definitely recommend you go check those episodes out. They're pretty funny. 2 episodes, and yeah, that's about it for Mr. Burns. And now let's go ahead and take an overall look at the whole collection again, and I'll give you my thoughts on it. Okay, so now on the overall look of the entire Simpsons minifigure collection, and my thoughts and ratings on this, and which figures I would recommend you try and feel for if you were to get some of these, because I do have some favourites and some least favourites here. And starting off with, I would definitely recommend you try and get the whole Simpsons family. All of the 6 here on the front row are just some excellent minifigures, especially Grandpa and Homer. They are probably my 2 top favourites in this minifigure series, but the other 4 of the Simpsons family are also great minifigures to get. I would also recommend you try and get Ralph, Nelson, Krusty, and Itchy and Scratchy. They are also great minifigures. And Ned, Mr. Burns, Apu, and Chief Wiggum are also good ones to get, as well as Milhouse. But they are more in my least favourites. But mainly because of like the head molds and stuff. But they're still good minifigures to get. But I just do have some personal favourites. Overall, on a whole, I would recommend you try, if you want to, try and get the whole collection, because they are really good once you have the actual whole collection in a whole, just like this. I definitely think they look all good together, and there was a good choice of minifigures that they used in this collection here, like especially since you get all of the Simpsons family and the neighbour. And also, it's nice to get Itchy and Scratchy, which isn't exactly in the show. It's more a show in the show. So it's good that we get some characters that aren't technically in the actual show. They're more shown on a TV, in The Simpsons. But yeah, I definitely would recommend you try and go for the whole collection if you can, and because you get some great accessories like the donut remote control, you get another teddy bear, some newspaper, like if you're trying to make a new Lego newspaper, you've got another like page to add into it with the newspaper you get in this set, and just some overall great accessories and minifigures. So that's about wraps it up for this Simpsons minifigure collection review, and I hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you again very soon. Bye!